everyone, welcome back. So, this is voiceover star here, and this video got very rambly very quick, and I kind of lost track of what I was saying and didn't get everything that I wanted to say out. So, I apologize for not having the original audio, but I have some big news for everyone. And let me start by saying that Crescentwood High is still in building phases. We are getting very close to finishing up the city portion, and then we will be moving on to the town, and then we will be moving on to main character houses. I say we because I have gotten a friend to help me build, and I figured at the pace that we're going at, we should be able to at least get enough of the world built to put out a trailer in October of 2026. I was hoping that I would be able to publish or release a video of the first episode in October, but I just don't see that being possible, and I don't want to rush it. I'd rather produce something that I am proud of instead of giving really rushed crap, pretty much. So the first episode may come later in 2026, or it may just have to wait until 2027. Hopefully that is not the case, but it could be, and I would hope it wouldn't be that way. But like I said, I'd rather give good quality than try and rush something and not be proud of it at the end of the day. Also, I realized that Crescentwood High is my main goal, but what people had originally started subscribing to me for was my Life as a Werewolf series. And as many of you know, it kind of just got abandoned, and I didn't mean for that to happen. I had gotten preoccupied with life and never really got a chance to go back and finish the series or give it a conclusion. So, with that being said, I want to kind of do a rebirth of my life as a werewolf, but instead it'll have a different name, and the first couple of episodes will fall pretty close to how my life as a werewolf started, and I'm really excited to say that I have the story now planned out for the most part, and this is an easier series for me to be able to release. So my life, which will be the new name of the series, will be able to release sometime in 2026. I have to build a couple of sets, but other than that, it shouldn't take very long, especially with the help of my friend, and we should be able to release maybe the first episode come February or March, and then videos will come out more regularly after that. Also, there will be a trailer for my life before the first episode comes out. And the first episode is more likely going to be a pilot type of episode, and then we'll continue on from there. And as for Crescentwood High, I kind of want to dive in a little bit deeper and explain that the story isn't complete as well. So during this time of building, I am also scripting and writing the series in a book style kind of form. So I'm working on a book essentially, while also trying to come up with dialogue for scripts. And at some point, we'll start working on creating character profiles, and that will be over on Casting Call Club, where each character will have a role posted, and I will then do auditions. I figured I would let you guys know the plan now. That way, people can kind of get excited for it and kind of know what to expect. My plan personally for it is to finish at least the first 5 episodes and then have them scripted and then do character profiles over on Casting Call Club. There's roughly about 6 or 7 main characters, including X, which would be played by me. And I will have a list of character names posted at some point when we get closer to actually releasing character auditions. I personally think it would be really cool to have fellow YouTubers or people from the community audition for some of the characters. And I think it'd be really fun to have you guys, the subscribers, play maybe not main character parts, but also be in the world. I think maybe we could do having subscriber skins in the background, or having some subscribers do voices, play certain background characters. Obviously, there would be an option for you guys to be main characters as well. I'm not saying that you guys can't. It's just I want to try and include as many people as I can, because I think that's a good way to make people feel special, especially when you're creating a series that involves so many people, so many characters, and just there's a lot of world building and a lot of character building that has to happen. And I think it would be so cool to have the people that support and are excited about this project also be part of the project. And I I hope I can do this, but I may not be able to. It is kind of just in a planning stage right now, because I have to think about the logistics of it and if it's going to fit within the timeline of how I want to release videos. I want people to be able to take their time when it comes to recording, but I also know that it needs to be a little bit strict, and people have to get me their audios in time, and to work with a bigger group than what I think I can handle may end up putting the project in jeopardy more than helping it. For right now, though, all of that is kind of on the back burner and is in developmental phases right now. I have to ponder on it a little bit more before I can finalize anything. But I also would like to know your guys' feedback. What do you guys think about it as well? Because your opinion is important to me. I want to keep the story my own, obviously, but I do want to hear what people think and how they're feeling about this. I know I've kind of been hyping it up for a while. I did it last year as well, where I was like, oh, Crescentwood High is going to be released at, in October of 2025, and that didn't happen. And I don't want to be perceived as that creator who just never accomplishes it, because it definitely is in the works. It's just hard when there's only 2 people working on building, and these structures are so big And I don't think it's going to come across in the trailer or in the series itself of how big these houses are. And even though the cityscape is not super like immaculate and not super complex, it's still a lot of big buildings for only two people to be working on. If I had a whole team, it would go by much faster. But it's the same thing with having multiple voice actors and trying to get people from the community involved. It's much bigger of a group than I think that I could personally handle. I think my personal limit would be like 5 people. I would have to work with people like 5 at a time because I don't think I could manage a whole group of people consisting of like 15 to 20. And to have the series built in the time that I want, it would just not work very well, if I'm being completely honest. So I would like to keep it small for now and then gradually get bigger as we continue. I know in the previous video I gave a rough estimate of the percentages of what is done in Crescentwood High. So to kind of give an update, as for the city, I think we are getting pretty close to finishing it. If I had to give it a number, I would say it's probably now at like 60, 65, 70% done at like the highest. As for like the town before the main character houses, there's only like a couple of buildings, so I would say it's probably at like a 5%, maybe 3. And as for the main character houses, though none of those have been built yet, and the school has not been built yet, and for the city I need a hospital, and that has not been built yet but is in the progress of getting built. So it's overall, I think we are standing at probably, I don't know, I can't remember the percentage I gave last time, but I definitely think we're at like 25-30% done for the whole building aspect. In terms of story, the first episode is written in story form, and I have to transfer it into script form, and then obviously will come recording the first episode when everything is built. I am working on episode 2 as of the recording of this video. I am working on storying that, and then that will be turned into a script. So overall, I think we're doing pretty good, but if we continue at this pace, it's most likely not going to air until 2027 due to, like I said before, time constraints. My friend works 12 hours, so he can't help me at the same time that I'm on. So scheduling a time for us to work on it together is really tough. So I have such big hopes for this series, and I want to make it the best that I can. And I'm internally beating myself up because it's not at the level that I wish it was. But my level for what I want it to be is like an AFMAL production, and I'm just one person with a very amazing friend that's helping me do all of this. And so I have to set my standards reasonably, and it's really hard, and I am very hard on myself. And so when things just don't line up, I get upset because I know I could do better. And so this whole project is just me trying to learn and to get better so that other series can be as good as I want them to be. Meanwhile, my life, that series is more or less going to be kind of a futz around, find out kind of series. I don't have to take it as serious as Crescentwood High, and it'll also be kind of a stepping stone for me to be able to learn new techniques and different ways of filming. So I'm really excited for that because I have the story. It's all planned out, like I said, for the most part. There are some episodes that I don't have, short scripts written for, or short overall of what the episodes are going to be. For some episodes, I don't have that, but at least for the first, I think, 5 episodes, I have it planned out and I know what I'm going to do for each of them. It's just being able to build the main set, and then I will be able to film a trailer for it and then be able to record and release the first episode. So that I know for sure, unless something happens outside of this, like life wise, unless something happens in that aspect, everything is set and ready to release at some point in 2026. So that's where we're at with that. I know this was a very long video of just me rambling and giving a lots of updates. But hey, at least in this video, we ended up getting a cat. And I know with the voiceover you didn't hear me say it, but I thought because he looks like Puss in Boots, maybe we could call him Puss or we could call him Boots. And he kind of looks like he got little white socks, so maybe we could call him Socks. I don't know. You guys leave me a comment down below on what we should name him. And he is so cute, and I don't want anything bad to happen to him. And hopefully at some point we will move the base and we'll build like a castle or something. Because this dinky little house is not it. And it's taken me like 4 episodes to put a freaking roof on it. I don't know why I procrastinated with it so much. I don't know if it's because like I didn't want to waste the resources for it. But either way, we got a cat now. We're going to be exploring that cave over yonder that you'll be seeing soon in the next episode. Even though I'm slightly terrified to go in there because I don't want to die. But life is an adventure, and sometimes you gotta buck up and do things that you're scared of. So we'll see where we go in the next episode. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for supporting me. You are all amazing, and I hope you are just as excited, if not more, for Crescentwood High and for the continuation / rebirth of my life as a werewolf. I will hopefully have a trailer for you guys come February, hopefully, is the goal. But I don't know. We'll see. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.